Hey, there's nothing else I can say. Hey, hey. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI Definity update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. I still got to put Dashi in a different spot so you can see Dashi. Maybe I'll put Dashi like down there. Yeah, next to the bathroom. That'll work. We'll go over a couple things today. We'll start with Earth 2. Earth 2, I should have put them in the title. I should have put them in the all the titles on everything that I put on X, on Instagram, Facebook, all that. Just so y'all know, they've got about 150,000 monthly active users, and they are really good about keeping their drops pretty scarce. There's never more than like a couple thousand of their skins that I imagine will be tradable at some point on the E2 marketplace. But if you're taking a look like what else you can do, well, there's somebody launching a side droid, there's something collecting essence, there's somebody raiding, there's so many different, but again, if you can see that, it's going, I don't know, 6-7 pieces of activity per second. That's a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, VeVe has a ton of activity in the secondary market. It's not like this, but also VeVe makes a little more money on top of that. This is really just getting getting a lot of Earth 2's players to do whatever it is, whether it's buying land, selling land, generating essence, collecting it, raiding, all that. There's a bunch of stuff to do, raiding side droids. And there'll be more at some point, but right now, let's take a look at the essence. I think it's pretty low. It's down about 3.5% on the day to 5.7 cents. We have a max supply of 1 billion. I don't think there's going to be, that'll never be reached. There's already hundreds of thousands of essence that's burned, if not like millions. I would say I don't know, it's a couple hundred million right now. This is what, like a $12-15 million market cap. This is very small. I wish I had more money to put into this, and I will. But right now, I have a couple $1,000s worth. It's not a lot, like not a lot at all. One of the other things that I really like is Definity. I've had videos about this. I've done live streams about this. I've interviewed the CEO a bunch of times. Up about 2.2% on the day to about 4.9 cents. This is a really micro cap one as well. I would say Earth 2 is pretty small. Again, like $12-15 million market cap. But this one has $7.5 million market cap that is not fully diluted. The fully diluted valuation would be 8.4, almost 8.5 million. But again, under 10 million for everything. So I think that's pretty good. The only other place to get this outside of Uniswap and PancakeSwap is MEXC. That is one more listing than Earth 2's Essence has. But yeah, this is my second biggest position. I'll likely go, and again, I get more every month. Moving on here to the OMI. Let's see what the OMI is up to today. This is pretty misleading. Well, actually, this one's not bad. So it says about 0.0045, down about 1% on the day. But one of the only places that I can buy, because most of the other places are not American friendly. Gate.io, OKX, Uniswap, MEXC, Uniswap. Again, Uniswap I can use, but Ascendex, Gate.io, Bitmart, BitGet, MEXC, OKX, I cannot use. Again, America is really, God, I really need Trump to win. Mostly for crypto, but also for other stuff as well. And we'll go over that at some point in the future as well. But right now, the only place that I can get it is on the Uniswap. So it's at 0.004675. I'm mostly done buying here. I mean, I have more left than I always want to buy. You know, I can never have too much OMI. For me, anyway. This is not financial advice, obviously. I need, yeah, I want to, like I said, I want to get as much as possible. But unfortunately, right now, there's just there's not. If I were to go and put in just like $1,000 order right now, it would pump up to like 475. And then another 1,000 for 8, you know, like whatever. It goes. It's pretty easy for this to pump. I don't know when. The narrative has to hit. But anyway, there are concerns that that there are a couple VeVe whales are having. Before we get to that, let's just go over the rest of how all these compare to the rest of the market. You've got Bitcoin up about 1% on the day to 64.7 thousand. That's pretty nice. Ethereum's pretty flat, only up 0.2%. So like I said, pretty flat. BNB down 0.5%. Solana up 0.3. XRP down 1.6. Toncoin up about 0.4%, but I think yesterday they got really hecked because their founder got arrested for no good. We're guessing here, but part of the reason that he got arrested is likely because he would not help out government agencies by building backdoors. He's really a proponent of free speech, just like Elon Musk. So yeah, he's we all support him. But again, moving on, Tron is up 5%. See how Flow's doing, because I heckin' love that one. Flow and Brett are neck and neck. That number 86 and 87. Brett is down about 5.6% on the day. Flow's down 1.5. I have a ton of Flow. Brett could be good too in the future. We don't know. Well, I do. Anyway, let's go over. I do have some news to go over, but I really want to go over these concerns here. It's W3CENTE, right? Right? WECENTE. I can't. Well, this is why I hate it when people have numbers in their names. I don't have it. I don't know why. Let's see what it actually is, because then I could go on and, oh my God, what does it say? Randy Chavez is live. I know, I'm me. Sorry, I should have had a little bit of a better preparation for this, but these freaking, these things, they keep beeping, and I keep taking the batteries out, but there's like 15 different rooms in this house, and they all have smoke detectors, and they all keep beeping. Anyway, let's see what this was. All right, WC3NTE. All right. Let's go over his concerns, saying, quote, State of VeVe official. Hey, everyone. This will be a fairly comprehensive overview of the state of VeVe from my perspective. Please don't misinterpret this text. I'm a firm believer in VeVe's long-term potential, and I'm nearing level 100 in the MCP. I encourage you to share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your perspectives on the topics discussed. Speaking of topics discussed and all that jazz, one topic I would like to bring up to everyone, because y'all are my bays. What the heck? Hang on. Am I tripping here? All right. Maybe I am tripping. I was going to ask you to smash that like button, but it says my video's not started. I have 90 people here. What are they talking about? Anyway, there we go. Smash that like button. Free way to help support the channel. Non-free wise or Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. The rules for this are I will talk for probably another 30 minutes, and if you want to leave a comment, I will get to your comment after that talk. But if you do not have time for that, there you go. It's another nice buy for Definity. Someone spending $1,000. Very nice. Sorry. If you don't have time to wait that 40 minutes, just drop like a $2 super chat. I'll go in and answer that right away. And then you guys can make on your merry way for the rest of your Sunday. User base. Upon examining user profiles, it's evident that the most active users joined in 2021, with the rest primarily from 2022. Very few users from 2023 or 2024 are currently active, leading to a noticeable decline in the user base. This results in a closed loop with minimal fresh capital or gems entering the VeVe ecosystem. He's spot on for right now. By the way, I have not read this yet. Consequently, people are increasingly hesitant to invest further as vault values continue to fall. Despite ongoing developments for VeVe and Ecomi, prices are likely to remain flat until there is a significant increase in the user base. Yeah, I would agree with that as well. VeVe initially grew through word of mouth, fueled by its innovative approach to digital collecting and the potential for profit. While the app does have a substantial number of collectors at heart, a healthy ecosystem cannot rely solely on collectors. It also requires investors and flippers. This is particularly important since one of VeVe's main revenue stream is secondary market fees, which also help to keep licensors satisfied. All right, agreed with most of this, but let's say VeVe initially grew through word of mouth. Yes, But the people that had the megaphone when you had BitBoy, you had Crypto R Us, you had Logan Paul. These are people with millions and tens of millions of followers that are in this space. So yes, it was word of mouth, but it was word by mouth of very specific people that had very specific audiences. If I mean, I can make videos all the live long day till I'm blue in the face, but I have 30,000 followers between all socials, maybe like 35. There's not, and obviously there's some overlap there, so I wouldn't even say all of that. I would say that it matters who talks. I mean, part of the reason why I had the sub 100, why I had all of the, or some of the level 100s on yesterday, is because for all of you that know me as being a successful entrepreneur, successful in many different areas, there are some, and I get comments on this all the time. They're just like, Randy, you're wrong on this. And if you think I'm wrong on this, you're not going to respect my opinion, which is fine, to each their own. But that's why I got the level 100s on yesterday. People that have sunk in hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars into the app, not including what they have on OMI, and they didn't just go all in on one thing. This is part of their overall portfolio. And it matters who talks. I mean, this is why nobody really respects FUDDers, because you have people that have never been successful in anything, have never built anything, have never had anything noteworthy happen that was a direct result of their efforts. And when they say, oh, the company's trash and Randy's trash and Omi's trash, it's like, oh, okay, well, nobody's respecting that because they don't have any qualifications to give any validity to what they're saying. Which is why tomorrow, or I might wait till Wednesday, I don't know. There's going to be a Bulls versus FUDDers space, and it's going to be, I think, on this channel. I will play the character of the FUDDer, but like an eloquent FUDDer, and then you'll have Crypto Rain and Dr. Stuff being obviously the Bulls. I think that'll be really fun, and I think people will be surprised. Anyway, because while the app does have a substantial number of collectors at heart, a healthy ecosystem cannot rely solely on collectors. So the people here that are here right now on VeVe, yeah, some are just collectors at heart. Again, VeVeMeister posted a really awesome post yesterday talking about how he just got off a space with a bunch of people saying that for many, it's not about ROI. It's not about investing. It's just about collecting cool stuff and having awesome stuff, not just in AR, not just in, your pocket, which is revolutionary, but also to do that in the VeVeVerse. And on the VeVeVerse, you'll have a ton of stuff. And I know and again, we'll go over that. We haven't talked about that in like forever. And I guess I'll go over one of my most recent comments on YouTube as well later. But there are people that are collectors at heart. Those are people that are here right now. However, I will say that collecting is, well, it is what you make it out to be. Anyone's ever seen that meme of, the Squirtle and his Squirtle squad, they have sunglasses, and they're all like cheering. And the meme says like, my water bottle's in my room when I bring a fresh water bottle into my room, and everyone's all like celebrating because that would be seen as like a collector. There was a kid that, hope it was a kid, guy posted on 4chan about how he just happened to have pencil sharpeners in his desk. He had 3. Someone commented like, wow, why do you have so many pencil sharpeners? Like, I have 3. And that got him thinking. He's like, what if I had more? So he bought more and bought more. And soon his whole backpack and everything, he became known as like the pencil sharpener kid. Anyone can be a collector, and there's varying different levels of collecting. There are many true collectors that are not active right now just because it's a bear market. And it's not as fun when you see the vault value going down and you see other stuff going down. Now, granted, there's bits of fun that come out, but yeah, agreed. There's many people that are not here right now because it's not as exciting as it once was. One of my favorite memories from VeVe is DesignerCon in 2021. And a bunch of us are all in like a semicircle waiting to go for this drop. And it wasn't even like a major IP. It wasn't like the Golden Moments, which, by the way, that was fun as well. It was one of the decon artists, which nowadays, if we get one of those, maybe if they have like 500 or 400 of them priced fairly low, they would sell out. But at the time there was like, I don't know, 3,000 of these, on this particular day. And somebody came up to us and like, hey guys, just, I have your app. I'm the artist that like just had a drop, and it says like I can't buy anything because it says it's sold out. Do you guys know like what's wrong? And we're all just like, nah, it just sold out. And it's like, it like just came out. I'm like, yeah, that happens. And that was just one of the fun moments because the artists, like, you can see the wheels turning, you can see like smell the wood burning in their head, like, wait a minute, what? That fun is simple to replicate. It's not easy to replicate, but it's simple. Again, you just get more users and have people, once people are making money again, boom, that's it. Those collectors, which some might say, oh, you're not a true collector because you're not. They're collectors of just varying different levels. They'll come back as it gets fun. I realize now that this is probably this is a long list. This is probably gonna take me a long time to go over. I'm sorry. I should have not gone over anything else. Anyway, he says we also requires investors and flippers. Yeah. I mean, also a healthy amount of people that are on here right now, including myself, are investors. I mean, I put a decent amount into the VeVe app. Now, most of my funds I put into OMI, but a decent amount I did put into the VeVe app. So there, some investors are already here. It's just we need more of them. I mean, the best thing I think would just be people that actively like collecting what they like to collect on the app. There's some people like Blackpink. There's some people that just only collect Frozen stuff. There's some people that only collect Marvel stuff, DC, whatever it is. But again, as the bull market takes hold, those numbers will grow. This is a very particular important since one of VeVe's main revenue stream is secondary market fees, which also help people less satisfied. Agreed. Again, he's pretty spot on for right now. Marketing. The existing VeVe community is highly loyal, which is why, in my opinion, marketing efforts and content creation should prioritize onboarding and attracting new users. Unfortunately, there have been missed opportunities, such as the Blackpink drop, which had enormous potential but failed to attract a new fan base. This person, WC3NTE, I love this person. I've met him multiple times. I think I'm in like a couple group chats with him. He's a cool dude. To disabuse the notion of Blackpink was a failed opportunity, just so you guys know, Blackpink's Lisa, like the main chick that everybody loves most, earns about $623,000 per Instagram post. You heard that correctly, but in case you didn't, in case you're trying to get the wax out of ears, let me say that again. Blackpink's member Lisa earns an estimated 623,000 or 840 million won per post on her Instagram channel. Now, this is according to the 2024 Instagram Rich List by Hopper HQ, which is a British social media marketing platform. Now, Lisa is also 26th place on this list. Following her is fellow Blackpink member Jennie, has 85 million followers, earning an estimate of $510,000 per post. Jisoo's ranked 40th and Rose ranked 42nd are also estimated to earn $474,000 per post. I'm letting you guys know now that VeVe did not pay those fees. VeVe did not shell out millions of dollars just to have them post on Instagram. They did that from likely what was an old deal like 2 years ago. So be advised, what they did, what David got them to do, what David got them to agree to, would have cost any other company $2 million. So again, they did their part. The team did their part. Everyone did their part. But again, it's just the bear market, which again is fine. Everything goes in cycles and it goes in narratives. But that's just something I want to go and really hammer home here, is that everything that could have been done for that particular drop was done by the appropriate people. Again, I would very much like it if they were to install a program where anyone has a referral code, and any gems that are bought on the app and then spent on the app, you get like 5%, like 3%. Like if I had a referral code called Chavez 69, everyone comment nice down below with the 69. Wes, I can give you the fucking article. Like, I'm not gonna lie here. It's from the Korea Times. I don't think that they. I mean, I'll show you guys what it is. What I'm about to send Wes. Korea Times, Blackpink Lisa estimated, and this is not an old article. It's literally from. It's literally from two days ago, on 23 August 2024, right there. Anywho, I will send that to the West once I'm done with this. Anyway, let's move on here. If there was someone named, or if we were able to get referral codes, and Chavez 69, was my referral code, and let's say Wes were to use Chavez 69 to purchase his gems. That's a referral code. And let's say he purchases 100 gems. If he were to spend that in the store, I would get maybe 3% of whatever he spent. So I would like to go in and say that you don't need to roll out an ambassador program in order to do that. You just have referral codes. And everyone and their sister, everyone with an audience, every Yahoo with 10,000 subscribers and more is going to, everyone with 1,000 subscribers or more. Anyone that has any type of social media will go in and they will tell people, guys, this is the, even if they do not believe in VeVe, we do it with anything. We do it with Fiji water. If Fiji water gave me a Chavez 69, I'd be like, guys, you know what? When I was a kid, I would say that chocolate milk is like the best drink ever. And then in my 20s, I would say that, you know what, beer is really heckin' good. In my late 20s, I'd be like, you know what, whiskey, peanut butter whiskey is the best drink ever. And then you know what I would say? I would say that in your 30s, when you're a man, you realize that the best drink is in fact water. I drink nothing but water. Aquafina, Poland Spring, Dasani. Dasani still sucks, by the way. But one of the best waters that I've ever had in my entire life is Fiji water. I know it says natural artesian water. I'm not smart enough to know what that means, but my taste buds do. My taste buds know that this is the best tasting water around. And not only that, I feel refreshed and rested every time I drink it. That's why I trust Fiji water. Like, I do not give two craps about what type of water brand I drink. Again, except for Dasani. Dasani sucks. But outside of that, you're going to have every single person, whether they care about VeVe or not, going and making a video based on that referral code, just in hopes that their audience goes and they buy stuff and they get, again, that recurring income, that residual revenue. I know this works because they did it with Earth 2. I made a ton of money with that. Thanks, guys, by the way. And when you go on and you take a look at past performance of other companies, now granted, this was the most successful marketing campaign on Facebook, I think ever. Earth 2 was able to raise, I don't know, tens of millions of dollars that way. And everyone got a piece of it. Everyone got their share. If VeVe were to do that, again, you would bring a bunch of free marketing. They would not have to pay anything. How hecking dare you say Evie and suck? It's fine. Again, this is how we have fun here. I will go over everyone's comments here. I'll promise not to read from the bottom anymore. Where was I here? Okay. He continues on saying, in my view, VeVe is lacking commercials or videos showcasing real people using the app, especially highlighting the AR function or providing basic guide to VeVe. While videos that delve into the background of comics and collectibles are valuable for the existing community, they won't attract new users and should not be the primary focus of resources. I had a lady friend tell me that, yeah, I didn't even know you could use it in AR. And I was like, oh, okay. Fair point. That's on VeVe. That's on them not having like a tutorial on how to and show them. So he continues on saying VeVe's slogan is premium digital collectibles. It has been realized and still holds tremendous potential in our increasingly digital world. Why not leverage that more? New KYC users should receive something upon signing up. Another thing that my lady friend had brought up, saying perhaps a blind box with reserved collectibles. Starting balance of 10 gems, I don't know if they could do that, but to explore the marketplace and experience the app or even an untradeable collectible from their favorite fandom. Communication. Communication is a delicate issue. The shift from regular live AMAs on YouTube to near silence has been challenging for the community. While this might not be problematic if prices were rising, the current approach gives some the impression of an abandoned project, which shouldn't be taken lightly. All right, let me break this down. I understand that going from fairly regular AMAs, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter Spaces, wherever, to again radio silence. Yeah, that sucks. That's a bad beat. And I wish they would do controlled. I mean, they've done this before. I think VeVe Magic and Metaverse Life had like a Twitter Space one day, and David went on. Everyone loves to hear from David. Everyone loves to hear from everyone on the team, but everyone loves to hear from David. And Magic was bringing up people that she knew and that she trusted, people that would make for a good, entertaining call. Like, okay, are you going to ask a question, and is that question going to be valid? Is it something that David can answer? Are you going to be a troll that just says one Pokemon, or are you going to, are you going to be? I mean, we've seen that before. That clip where Alex brings up somebody and he just starts cursing at him and yelling at him in some random language. Like that is not productive. That doesn't look good either. But people were mad. They're like, "Oh, imagine you're only taking up your friends." It's like, well, it's people that she knows. I mean, again, bringing up a random person that nobody has any idea who they are when they have like 50 followers, it's not. It's a recipe for disaster, and you don't want to do that. Could it be fine? Sure, but again, you really don't want to take that chance. So I wish they would do a little bit more stuff like that. Be advised though, like when David comes on, like to my channel, it's never scripted. It's never like, okay, these are the questions that we're asking, and give them time for a response. It's just it's conversation. That's for anyone that I get on. I don't give anyone questions beforehand. But I do wish the team would do something like that. But part of the reason why they have gone radio silent is because back in the day, they used to say like, hey, we want to do X, Y, and Z, and we want to do them by these dates. And because you have a lot of first-time investors in here, that did not go well at all. Because whenever there was a delay, they're like, "You promised it would be out at this day, and it's not. Why are you lying? Why are you breaking promises?" And it's like, okay, it just shows how wet in between the ears these people were, where they've just never invested in tech or just invested in general, and the communication was really lacking from at that time. It was really lacking from part of the community that would take delays and use that as like a pedestal, saying like, okay, this is why VeVe lies, broken promises. Like, okay, they're clearly not doing that. Like, delays happen. Again, this is why GTA 6 has been delayed like for half a decade now. It's why Kingdom Hearts 3 took 15 years to come out. Is because that stuff happens. So he continues on and he says, while this might not be problematic if prices were rising, the current approach gives some the impression of an abandoned project. I would say the amount of people that actually think this is an abandoned project and that they abandoned the token is probably less than 5%. Again, you don't hire a whole blockchain team, and you don't hire someone like a third party Dodge a Profit and to build Stacker for VeVe. You don't do all that if they were abandoning the token. Like that is pretty much nonsense. And again, I think most people, especially probably most here, recognize that they are trying to work within the regulatory waters out there, and in doing so, that just causes delays. And again, there's a lot of things that just were not ready. Like it's impossible to build a railroad, or impossible for a train to run if the tracks aren't built yet. And some of these things just haven't been built. But then they were, and then they started. Anyway, but to the people that think that honestly think that that OMI has been abandoned or anything has been abandoned, like, again, I'm telling you, it's not. And then you have the people that there's a lot of times that people say things that they don't mean, and I've seen that a lot, especially over the last year and a half. Um, for those people, like those, that's like kind of the high hanging fruit, or well, yeah, I'd say high hanging fruit for right now. Again, once it becomes fun, and once people start going in and saying, "Oh, hey, I like this on VeVe," and then they get more money back. Those people that are just saying that being facetious, they're going to come back, and they're going to come back with droves. Like, if anyone remembers Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, uh, Ben Kenobi goes and scares away a bunch of the sand creatures, and Luke's like, "Oh, wow, that was great," and Obi-Wan says like, "Yes, they frightened easily, but they'll be back and in greater numbers." All of those people that are being facetious right now, that are quoting lines of the Fudders, whatever, they will be back. And again, like, how many clips do I see of haters posting my videos online? Like, okay, like you claim like you're a hater. You claim that you don't like me, yet you still watch and post clips about my videos. They're still fans. People still love VeVe, even if right now it's cool to be on the Fudder side. That will change at some point, and that will come back. Moving on. He says, personally, I'd like to see more video appearances from Dan and David. Yeah, same. I would like. Well, yes and no. I will say yes as a fan, because I like hearing them speak. I just they're awesome friends, and I just it's like movies. I want a new movie. I want more content. Yeah, you always want to hear what they're working on. You always want to, their passion ignites the flames of and embers of, I can't think of the word, just excitement. Who is opening the? Oh, Tom. Okay, I gotta make a call real quick. I might have to, give me 1 second here. Where is he? 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 It's in Fernuso. That is. Do I not have? I'm so sorry, guys. I might have to. Do I not have his number? Uh, Tom. I hope. All right. Maybe he's just taking the car, and I don't have to do anything. Anyway, what was the thing? But yeah. But as an investor, I don't want David or Dan on the screen. Because they have stuff to do. Anything that takes away from their chores as business owners, anything that takes away from making the business more profitable, I don't want. I want them to continue work, and this is not to say that they shouldn't have lives. Of course they should, and it's not to say that they shouldn't have fun with the community. Of course they should. But again, as an investor, like, no, keep working. You're good. You're good. Uh, but again, as a fan, yeah, we all want more of them. We all want to see that. He says it's also vital to keep the community informed about the internal team changes, not just when new positions are filled, but also when well-known members leave or step down, like Alex G. We don't need detailed explanations, but at least acknowledging these changes could help prevent FUD. Yeah, when what's his name just left, everyone's like, "Oh, this is not a good look." But then you see someone like Sleeping Comics come on and be like, "Yeah, I was unfazed by that." It's because growing companies go through this all the time. Anyone that's built a company or invested in these type of companies know that stuff happens all the time. And yes, David and the team should get ahead of that. They should go and say, "Okay, we can't spin the narrative if we're behind it. We have to be," and not that you need to spin anything, but just get out and be like, "Hey, this is what happened," regardless of what happened. And again, I don't know if any NDAs are signed and what they can and can't talk about, but yes, it should go. That type of stuff should come from the team, not from disgruntled ex-employees. Moving on, he says, another suggestion: provide insights into what VeVe employees are working on. Maybe offer a glimpse into the VeVe team meeting or show what the blockchain team is developing. Not saying VeVe is obligated to do this, but the community would appreciate greater transparency and being kept in the loop, even if just a little. Again, I see both sides of this. From the side of a frustrated VeVe fan that knows they can do well, but they're not hitting their mark. Yeah, can we get like a free Earth 2? Again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Why do they have 150,000 monthly active users? Why is the community continuously hyped even though they've delivered next to nothing, because they go out and they post videos every single month of the engine, of the gameplay, of just the graphics look absolutely phenomenal. I get that VeVe doesn't want to roll out VeVeVerse right away for whatever reason. I don't know, but give us a tease, man. Like I feel like the fat redhead at the end of the bar that's trying to get their attention, and they're just completely ignoring us. And that's something, again, from that frustrated standpoint. Yes, I wish we had more. However, again, from an investor's standpoint, it's like they are a private company. They are like, oh no, when we were trying to get Banjo-Tooie, the sequel to Banjo-Kazooie, what did they give us? Nothing. Again, GTA 6 right now, it has been the longest of any Rockstar game to go without an update, without so much as a quick tweet, without so much as a holler from any of the devs or anyone working on it. VeVe does not owe us anything. Now, again, private company, if they were a public company, this would be a lot easier. We could look at stuff in earnings calls, but again, as a private investor, it's like, hey, welcome to like the real world of like games. Welcome to the real world of investing, where you might not get updates we might not get an update on VeVeVerse until next year. Like it could be a year from now. I don't know. But yes, I think that would be good, even if it's just to quell the haters, or even if it's just to quell like the fighting. To just give us a little tease, a 10-second clip. And I say that both as an investor and as somebody that wants to, that again, understands why people are frustrated. Drops. Okay, I'm sorry. We're at 36 minutes now. We're probably going to go on for like another hour. I really appreciate the recent drop structure, which includes a chase collectible alongside the option to burn and craft cheaper collectibles to maintain some value. However, the challenge lies in addressing the mint discrepancy between older and newer drops. For instance, if Golden Moments were released today, it might not even come close to selling out, or as it sold out in seconds back then. How can a comic with 30,000 mints hold the same value as one with a 5K mint run, despite similar real-world popularity? This issue affects many collectibles. Continuously reducing supply and making chase collectibles increasingly scarce isn't sustainable, and frustrates collectors who can no longer afford to collect what they love or complete a series, like the Mighties. Now, here's where I want to weigh in. I am too hot with the jacket on, but I am too cold with it off. I need like a windbreaker or something, or a sweatshirt. Anyway, this is something I would like to address because I have, again, see it from both sides. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that, guys, 30,000 mints is too much. We need to take it down. While also saying that chase collectibles are not sustainable, and we should really reward old school collectors. It's like you can't have it both ways. You have to choose one or the other. And I think VeVe was doing the right thing when they said, hey, having one character in 5 different positions, one of them being animated, for $30 or $50, yeah, we got to change that. And they should have changed that. And they did change that. So that's something good. They're trying. And again, they tried with Blackpink. They try every month there comes out like a new type of drop, a new type of crafting. They're doing what they need to do. It's just it's not hitting yet. Again, which is fine. Like, they have enough money. They'll throw a bunch of stuff against the wall and something will stick. I promise. I've seen this before. But they do that, and then people, again, like myself, will be like, hey, I recognize that drops with chase collectibles, with super scarce collectibles, they sell out, and that is good for VeVe, and that is good for the bottom line. I love that. I love that they're doing that. However, yeah, the Marvel Mighties, I had all of them. And then boom, 88 mints for the Spider-Man Noir. Suddenly it's $2,200. Like, all right, guess I'm not getting that. The Groot was better because the secret rare of the chase is like $300. I was like, okay, that's fine. So Mighties was one of the only ones that I ever tried to continuously keep up with. The other one was the Tokidokis. And I had two of the, at the time, was the scarcest Tokidoki. It was 88 of them, the gold Rosso Dragon. And that gold Rosso Dragon, again, there was 88 of them, really 80 because the team kept 8. And then came on Captain Stormy. Captain Stormy has like 15 minted. Again, like $2,000 to $3,000 for that on the open market. Someone like me that was trying to collect all the Marvel Mighties or all of the Tokidokis suddenly cannot collect all of them now because, again, they kept it so scarce. Like, man, I just can't catch a heckin' break. So again, I really understand that. But what do you want? Do you want enough so that people that really like the collecting can collect that, and the team and the company doesn't make a lot of money? Or do you want things super scarce? Wah, I'm a grown man that cannot collect my favorite collectibles, and the team consistently sells out, making hundreds of thousands of dollars with these drops. I would rather the latter, because again, as much as I would have loved to collected all of the Marvel Mighties and all these Tokidokis, it's just that extra $5,000. Not that I don't have that, but that would serve me much better in crypto. And again, that's my own decision. That's my own fault. I would rather be sad that I can't collect those, knowing that the team is making all this money, because that, again, what happens to everything if the company were to go down? Again, not that they're in danger of that, but how do you keep from going the way of Recur? How do you keep from going the way of all of these other companies that are in absolute peril right now? You make money. So again, I know that's there's no easy choice there, but I think they did the right one. But again, that's just my opinion. He goes on to say a potential solution could be implemented using a burn mechanism with added benefits for older collectibles. I would really love this with comics. A burn mechanism, and again, they would have to go to Marvel for this, but there's 60,000 MC1s. There's like 40,000 Fantastic Four #1s. All of the good comics, Fantastic Four #1, Fantastic Four #5, like Fantastic Four #4, they have a 30,000 mint runs. Like Daredevil, like all of these have 30,000 mint runs. And I wish that there was a way to burn them. And I don't know what they would do. Maybe if you burn them, right now the rare and ultra rare comic books, they are VeVe exclusive art. Okay, well, what if you burned 20 of these MC1s? Then you get another version called like a burn exclusive variant, and then you get another different artwork from the artist. That would be really cool. And if they could do that for each of these, I guarantee you everyone would do it. And I have right now on my comics. Now, I never went super crazy on them. One, because you don't get extra MCP points for collecting sets. If they were to go and say like, hey, if you get these sets of comics, you get extra MCP points or you get rewarded in a different way, I guarantee you more people would do it. But you don't, so they don't. Anyway, let's go to the comics here real quick, because there's a bunch that I have a bunch of. Let's say like Captain Marvel #14. This comic is like $1. I would burn my 10 if I get an exclusive one. Or maybe it's like, okay, it's $1, you have to burn 30 of them. Okay, cool. Captain America, Fallen Sun. Which one is this? The Death of Captain America, Fallen Sun. I have 36 of these. I will burn 30 of them if I can get an exclusive art. Because again, that makes it scarce as well. Vengeance #1. I would 100% go and get Vengeance #1. I think it's the first appearance of. It's not Ms. Marvel. Is it America Chavez? I think, yeah. I would go in and burn 40 of those if I can get a super exclusive variant. This is the first appearance of Ms. Marvel. All New Marvel Now .1. I have 69. Everyone comment nice down below the 69. I would burn 50 of those if I could get an exclusive art variant. So if they can somehow convince Marvel, hey guys, if you guys want to get more recurring revenue on here, because 2% on $1 is not, or 6% on $1 is nothing, this is what we might need to do. Again, I would totally do that. Because sometimes pricing of the drop feels questionable. While I understand that licensors often influence this, many drops seem overpriced, leading to poor sales and secondary market crash. I think we have to fix that. An outcome that benefits neither VeVe nor the licensors. This should be considered when negotiating future contracts, especially given the ample lead time available to adjust mint sizes and prices to match current market conditions. Again, I feel that they've done that fairly well. Marvel Mighty drops are a bit lower. They're again, I feel like the actual implementation of fixing the fixing the prices in the store are better. Maybe he's not under Tom. Maybe he's under. Maybe he's under Tomas. Nope. Nope. Not under that. Anyway, maybe I just don't have his freaking number. Anyway. Oh shoot. Where'd I go here? When he says leading to poor sales and secondary market crash, I don't know if I would consider if I get it, if you buy something for $40 hoping for a chase and then your $40 becomes $13. Yeah, I get that. That's not a fun feeling. You know the odds going into it. The VeVe literally gives you the odds on like what the chances are of getting a common, uncommon, rare, or whatever. That one I think that's really just up to the people. And that's just a wow, something I paid X amount for is now only Y amount. Okay, again, that happens in the real world too. VeVeVerse. To me, the VeVeVerse represents one of VeVe's most significant challenges. Initially presented as a cornerstone for VeVe's success, it has now been delayed for nearly 3 years, with no resolution in sight. VeVe once mentioned that the company grew too big, too fast. Perhaps VeVeVerse remains too ambitious as well? I doubt it will meet the company's expectations in the near future, so it's worth considering how much more time and resources should be allocated to it. I'm going to stop there real quick. Part of the things that I do like about humans is that they are never really impressed. Scientists come out with a cure for a disease. Okay, cool. Golf clap. And it could be one of the most significant achievements in history, and people will be like, yeah, cool. All right, so that's their job. And I think that's great. I think that's what keeps pushing humanity forward. Now, in this particular instance, again, some people, whenever the VeVeVerse is released or how it's released, some people will say it's cool. Some people are like, it's all right. And there'll be the people that'll be like, this sucks, But when they say like worth considering how much more time and resources should be allocated to it, Mark Zuckerberg took Facebook, the name of his company, and he changed it to Meta. He's spending about $25 billion per year on the metaverse. This is not a dumb man. This is not somebody that got lucky once and now has all this money. He didn't win. No, this person got it from being insanely intelligent, and Zuck is a mother flapping beast. By the time 2030 rolls around, he'll have likely spent $250 billion on the metaverse. We should take care in again, I think words matter. Take care in how we speak of these things, because talking about reallocating money away from the VeVeVerse would be a huge folly. Again, this is my opinion, just because of all of these other CEOs, all these other billionaires that are no doubt smarter than me and you, are putting so much money into the metaverse. Again, what do they see that we don't? I think we can see what they see if we step into their shoes. Okay, this is the future. Okay, maybe some of the tech is not there yet, but it's getting there. And first to market, or at least second or third to market, will probably be pretty good, especially with the IP we have. Right now, I would say that's a good source of capital allocation. If you want to say, let's not up that budget, and any new money that comes in, we could allocate to other places, that's fine. But I do not think that's a good idea to take capital that's allocated for VeVeVerse and reallocate it somewhere else. Now, again, comment down below if you think I'm wrong. I'm so sorry, I've been talking for 50 minutes here. Meanwhile, other features like showcasing comics in showrooms shouldn't be delayed further using VeVeVerse as an excuse. I mean, there's no reason to go and add that to the showroom when the VeVeVerse is going to come out, and then they just have to do that work twice. But again, that's my opinion. Also revisiting the topic of communication, this is crucial for me, especially if timelines are missed so significantly. Providing an explanation could help prove sentiment. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, give us an explanation on why. Just like, am I the Backstreet Boys at any time in history? Because tell me why ain't nothing. Sorry. Yeah, agreed with that. Moving on. Ecomi. We're finally seeing some progress with the OMI to NFT feature now in beta. However, it's essential to recognize that Ecomi's efforts shouldn't be overshadowed by Stacker being perceived as the face of OMI to NFT. This is clearly a collaborative effort. With a primary focus on the upcoming rollout, what can we expect from OMI for the rest of the year? The details remain vague as they have in previous years. Personally, I would appreciate a roadmap or some insights into what's planned. However, as someone who's about 90% invested in VeVe and 10% invested in OMI, it's not my top priority right now. What I would love to see, though, are staking rewards for each season in addition to the Master Collector program. A little bit to go over here. One, yes, Ecomi really should be tweeting more. That account should, they have 100-something thousand followers. Tweet more, get engagement. I know there's better things that Foster, could be doing and is doing, but yeah, tweeting. Again, what VeVe did the other day, it's like, hey, low-cost cosplayer, look at this. That was beautiful. Keep doing that. Get that engagement. Ecomi should be doing the same thing. Primary focus on the upcoming rollout. We can expect only the rest of the year. Honestly, I'm just happy they're at least talking about the token, because for years they did not mention the token, which again had to do with different lawsuits, so that's fine. But I'm at least happy they're talking about it now. Unfortunately, though, regulatory clarity in the U.S. is like non-existent. They can get other exchanges all the live long day, but they would need some in the U.S. and they do need that narrative to change. Although we currently have a soft staking mechanism without penalties or mandatory unstaking period, the recent delays in withdrawals and bridging, taking several days, have been frustrating. In my opinion, it shouldn't be too difficult to create a digital collectible and cost minimal resources to produce as a quarterly staking reward. While we have MCP and bronze tickets, I believe the company should encourage as many people as possible to buy and stake. I think they will, but because now, again, Dapper Labs just paid like a $4 million lawsuit because they had a closed ecosystem. They probably don't want that on VeVe. They probably want to have all the utility for this on Stacker. Yeah, probably it. But they did say that the Ecomi secret rare logo, that was a one-time thing. So, take that for what it is. Speaking of the company, and many people don't realize that Ecomi and VeVe are separate entities, I'd love to see an organizational structure for each, including employees and shareholders. You can get the shareholders for VeVe. I look at that all the time. I don't know. I mean, you can. Do some searching on New Zealand company's office government website, and you'll be able to go and find that. I'm not going to give that right now, but you should be able to do that with some Google foo. Additionally, I think it's time for a comprehensive update on the token, including circulating supply across different chains, layer 1, layer 2, GoChain. Information on when bridging from GoChain will be available again. Breakdown of token holdings by the team, Dan, David, etc., and whether there is a marketing fund, or I mean, we know there's a business development fund, or other mechanisms to raise capital. While much of the information is scattered across various sources, consolidating it into an official document would be helpful, probably. Moreover, I support the idea of Dan and David burning some of their substantial OMI holdings if they think it's appropriate. No. Like why else are they doing this? Like, I get it. Yeah, VeVe's worth well in the 9 figures, but part of the reason I think they're killing themselves building this company is because OMI will make them billionaires, and they deserve every penny of that. I am not in favor of asking the team that has given us all of this to be like, hey, can you just like light millions of dollars on fire? I am not. No, I will never ask them to do that. If they want to burn that from the business development fund, because they did have 5.5 billion tokens that they said would be burned, that's fine. If David wants to, because David doesn't take a salary, if he wants to go and say, you know what, I will take a salary, and he uses that salary to buy OMI and then burn it on his own personal account, fine. If he wants to do that, sure. But I will never ask him to go in and burn his own OMI, or Dan as well. They work too hard for that. I would never ask them. If y'all want to ask them, you can ask them to do that. I do not think they deserve people asking them to light their assets on fire. But that's just me. It's like if someone asked me to do that for Dashi. Again, this isn't a requirement, but it would be a positive gesture. Again, they will be doing that from the business development wallet. I don't know how much though. The option to buy OMI on Base is a smart decision and will open the door to many opportunities, although it might be confusing that OMI is now on 3 different blockchains. It's actually on 4. There is a Polygon version of OMI. So it's on ERC20, it's on GoChain, it's on Base, and it's on Polygon. Yeah, wild, right? All right, this is not too much more left. Stacker, I believe Stacker will play a significant role in VeVe's future with OMI to NFT rolling out soon. There will finally be a way to on-ramp with crypto, which is especially crucial for larger web purchases and onboarding Web3 enthusiasts down the line. Agreed. Additionally, cashing out from VeVe will be much easier, saving on blah, 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 blah. Also, having features developed by a third party is definitely advantageous, allowing for quicker development and better navigation through regulatory challenges. From what I understand, there's so much more to come from Stacker on development processing. All right, this is all positive. This is good. General thoughts. Positive sign for me that the Vault app might soon open again, thanks to a community effort. Kudos to Mitch for stepping up. For mint hunters, having a way to track collectibles is crucial. Speaking of mints, I would love a mechanism to make reserved mints accessible, especially if the random picks are significant. Agreed 100% with that. Ideally, I would not hold back any year mints, but if it happens, there should be a way for collectors to get their hands on them. Agreed. Eagerly anticipated New York Comic-Con. Yep. Okay, that's it. That was fine. Oh, conclusion. In my view, VeVe is definitely not dead. While there is undoubtedly a significant amount of room for improvement, this also highlights the untapped potential. The future is digital, and the world of collectors will come to realize this sooner or later. People tend to forget that VeVe plans several years in advance when it comes to partnerships and drops. So I'm genuinely excited about what's to come. Key takeaways: listen to the remaining community, do everything possible to keep them happy, and reopen communication channels. Additionally, we need new users in the VeVe ecosystem as soon as possible. Easy to get done. Ramp up marketing and increase awareness, giving users reasons to talk to their friends about VeVe again. All right, preach. Glad I went over that. Let's get to these. Let's get to this, Brad. Tesla shareholders meetings. They showcased the truck in beta, and it broke, but people saw the vision. Agreed. I mean, you can app wide burning to depleted that OG's. I mean, you can apply wide burning to depleted that OG supply that weighs. You're gonna have to retype that because I had a stroke reading it. But I know what you mean. Yeah, I would love to see beta video of VeVeVerse. First, baby, what up, Booth? What up, Booth? How's it going, fam? What's up, Connor? Future view depends on the narrative. The immediate future, yeah. In the future, it doesn't matter. Maybe it'll be on top. Connor says, "Hey, Randy, meow, meow, meow." Cool, Mo, thank you for being a member. Says, "Good evening, Randy. Let's get this bread." And thank you, Wes, for being a member. Abe says, "Randy, thanks for streaming, brah. I don't know why I'm watching. Don't know why I'm watching. Swapped my OMI to Chuck." He's trolling. He says not. Wes gives the skull. This Planet Rob says, "To the moon." I'd be careful with Essence. I don't think Earth 2 will release a metaverse for years. It's her opinion. I'm not Gru says 5.5 million flowed into NFTs last week. The comeback is near. VeVe needs to bridge the Web3 communities. Pudgy Penguins would be great. The ETH whales have more wood to add to the fire than anyone. That's a good point. Good point. Gonna take a picture of that. Okay, picture is taken. Oh God. Everyone, yep, hopes and dreams. Okay. Mars Science OMI 50x at some point, I'm sure. Honestly, that 50x is what, 2 cents? Yeah. You need who to win? VeVe, right? Yeah. I'm going to find what flowed. Yep. Abe says, "Do you think Definity has potential $6 to $10? $6 is like 100-ish X from here. Get to about $1 billion, or yeah. I'd say that's fairly reasonable. I say that's well within the realm of possibility. Chago says, "OMI to the moon," flexing OMI. This is WC3NTE. Yeah, I got that after I looked him up. Now, 06 says, "I totally agree on one of his points, communication. there is many things that we agree on. Yes. Inferno says howdy. Cool Mo, thank you for being a member. Have you heard about anything about LAN in the VeVeVerse? No one said a word about LAN in a long time. I do believe there will be LAN in the VeVeVerse one day. That's likely going to be several years from now. I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. Kevin Hawthorne says, good evening from Lakeland, Florida. You always be commenting, Kevin. Good evening. I gotta visit Lakeland, Florida one day. Well, it says there's actually quite a few very successful people who FUD. Name one, like, please. Please, I would be very curious to go and talk to them if they're successful and they're also willing to have a conversation and not like a pissing contest. Cloud of Amber says WC3ND was interviewed on Will Goes Meta YouTube channel a while back. If anyone interested in understanding how he thinks, yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him. It says VeVe getting super boring. Definitely need updates to get excited about. Yeah. I mean, when more people comes back, it'll get fun. And there says, Randy, do you think you're going to lose the bets? Probably. Deflow says, Randy, can we see 10-cent OMI? Sure. I don't know if we'll see that this cycle. It's definitely, again, well with 40% chance we get there, I would say. Dasani is New York. So preach, Dr. Strange. Preach. 100%. 100%. I'm really late to this part. You are, Bill Gardner. 30% only 20-25. Yes. So even though I said, like, well, Randy, didn't you say it was only 40% chance to get 10 by my estimation? Sure. But again, that doesn't mean that we can't go to 30 cents. Most people will say that's impossible. Not impossible. Not likely, but I don't know, 5% chance, I would say. But Bill's calling it. Like Babe Ruth calling his homer. By the way, that jersey sold for like $24 million. He's calling it now. He be calling it now. G Money says Mountain Valley spring water in the green glass, my go-to. That plastic is giving you low testosterone, homie. BPA mimics estrogen, just saying. Well, thankfully, I now have a shaker bottle. So yeet. It says BPA does mimic estrogen. Today's drop, maybe FOMO into the 8-disc DVD Alien Predator series. That's why. That'd be awesome. What's going on? Wes probably just talking about sponsored posts, not just random posts. Yes. Dan has been moi for over a year. Not a good look. All right, says MIA. Well, he's working. So Aaron sponsored posts would make more sense, pretty much. Fire Blues says, I'm amazed you're still hanging in there with VeVe. I withdrew my last holdings of $1,000 3 days ago, which was once worth $10,000. I hope you're still not buying the token. I buy the token as often as I can, every month, because it's insanely undervalued, in my opinion. Why would you sell the bot? I don't know. People be cray. Early Devil does not have 100. Yes, it does. I mean, you can go ask. You go ask our Realty, ask anyone for the data. I don't have it in front of me, but yes, I do. Regardless, Earth2 definitely has 150. Yes, agreed. Are you asking me? I guess he was. Wes says VeVe definitely needs to start burning options. Way too much stuff. I would love for them to start burning options. I think that'd be great. The Apple Glass have been discontinued, so I don't know if people are ready for the metaverse. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's paying you 2,000. Thank you for being a member. Saying Foster mentioned rewards for Stacker beta testers and point to cover there. I can't talk about beta. I mean, it's assumed that when you're in it, and again, I've only really posted one thing for sale. I don't think it's sold. I have to check. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most user-friendly experience. Yeah, you have to give it, a couple minutes. But once you figure it out, it's fine. I didn't like how I had to like sign in like 3 different times. I had to sign into Stacker, I signed into VeVe, I had to connect my wallet, and like it wouldn't. And okay, I have to clear my cache, and now it just. I just wish it was easier. I could just sign in one time, and then again to use it, it took a couple minutes to be like, oh, okay, this is okay. I can do this. I can't do this. Once you learn it, it's fine. But that initial. What is likely for this bull side? I mean, we don't know. We're not really going to go until they're we're not going to know until it happens. You know, if I had a crystal ball, likely for OMI though, I don't know, 5 to 9 cents, I'd say. Troy Perez is hugs Randy. What's up, Troy Perez? Thanks for being a member. Jay's Payne is wow. Unrealized losses be realized by the week. Yeah, preach. I break stuff. Says, has anyone gotten any money back from Bitforex? I know a few people had, but then Bitforex hasn't done anything in like almost 2 weeks. So, oh lordy, I don't want to watch that. And I gotta. Why? Oh, dude, the Telegram groups be spamming. Report, spam, report, spam. I don't care who you are. Grace, that's not really you. I got 1 million OMI back from Bitforex. Oh, nice. You're one of the lucky ones. One of the lucky ones. Anyway, guys, that'll be it from me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Like it for Al Gore's rhythm. I love you all. Bye, guys. Meow, 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 meow. Thank you for being here. Meow, meow, meow.